the 3 secrets to English fluency. For you guys, what is, right, one of the secrets to English fluency? How do you guys think that we can become fluent speaking English? Is there like a secret, in your opinion? Something we can all do to become fluent? Oh, practice. That's good. Definitely. Practice is definitely one of the things that we can do to become fluent, right? Not so good because I can't sing very well, so I don't think that singing would be an option to me, but that's okay. Do you practice, guys? English every day? Consistency. All right. So, do you guys practice English every day? How is your routine practicing English? Do you do that with what frequency? How often do you do that? Every day for about how many minutes? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. Okay, you focus on speaking. That 3 to 4 hours, 20 minutes every day for 3 hours. Okay, that's amazing, guys. All right. So let me. All right. Can you see the next page? All right. Good. Okay, guys. Just to set a context, let me talk a little bit about myself so you know who I am. I am teacher Mayra. Okay, Mayra, that's the pronunciation of my name. But you can call me May if you want. Okay, teacher May. As I said to you guys, I am a Brazilian teacher and I am from São Paulo. And I've been studying English for 13 years already. And I am a teacher for 8 years. So it's been a long time since I have English in my life. I am currently teaching private students and groups with the focus of traveling abroad and studying abroad because this is something that I want to do in the future. I really want to travel abroad. I have never been abroad until now. All the English that I learned in Brazil, and it is possible, okay, guys, to become fluent if you didn't have the opportunity to travel abroad. Today, as you already know, I will be revealing how I became fluent in Brazil and how you can do that as well, all right? And this will be our first session of the ELSA Bootcamp. And I'm really happy to be here sharing all those secrets with you and showing you guys that it is possible to become fluent in English, that it is possible to be able to speak English in a good way, in a way that people will understand you. So this is just a little bit about my story so you guys can get yourself motivated. Okay? Wonderful. So let's go. First of all, guys, what is fluency in your opinion? Like, what do you understand? Here I put a definition of fluency. Fluency is the flow and efficiency with which you express your ideas, particularly when speaking. But for you, how would you define? How would you tell me what is fluency? What do you consider fluency? Like how much you can speak the other language or how fast you can speak, how well. In your opinion, what is fluency? Let me know on the chat. Because many people don't understand what fluency is. People get confused because people think that fluency sometimes is related to being able to speak everything in English when you speak naturally and don't need to translate in your head. That's a good definition of fluency. So speaking naturally is fluency. Do you consider yourself fluent? Fluency is when you can link your thoughts to others. All right, that's also a good definition. Would you say, guys, that fluency is related to being able to speak everything in English. All the topics. You can talk about all the topics fluently. That's fluency for you. It's like a liquid that is free flowing. Oh, I like that. That is nice. When I can have a conversation without stopping my speech, searching the correct words. Okay, this is also a nice one. That's great, guys. If we put together all those examples that you are giving me, all those definitions, they are quite the same. And it is related to the flow, the efficiency with which you express your ideas. I can say that if my level is A1 or A2, for example, I am a basic student. Okay, what is your level, guys? What is your English level right now? Do you guys know if you are a basic, intermediate, or advanced student? Like some people say that to be fluent in English, you need to become advanced. You need to be a C1 or C2. Like if you are not a C1 and if you are not a C2, you are not fluent. Do you guys agree with that? That to be fluent in English, you need to become C1 or C2, like advanced? Is that correct, in your opinion? Let me know. Because many people get confused when it comes to fluency and proficiency. You agree? You don't think so? All right. Because, for example, if I think that all of you are able to introduce yourself in English. Are you guys able to make an introduction about yourselves? Like the one I put here, this one. I showed you a little introduction about myself. I told you where I am from, how long I have been learning English, what do I do at work with my job, and what we'll be talking about today. If I only expressed myself saying this information, would you say I am fluent? What do you guys think? You don't think so? No, I don't think so. So for you guys to be fluent, you need to be advanced. That's what you were saying. It makes sense. No? Okay. Because guys, fluency, like you said before, is a way that you can express yourself and you can understand others and be understood, like Rose said on the chat. So if I am able to speak clearly about myself, fluent, you guys can understand me, you guys can understand who I am, and that's it. So to become fluent, I don't necessarily need to be an advanced student because I can, it is possible for a beginner by using simple words to connect a proper sentence. When I say, I love English, do you guys understand this sentence? Do you guys understand my message? I love English. If you guys can understand this sentence, and it doesn't matter if it is a simple sentence, I am able to communicate and you are able to understand me. So I am fluent, but I am fluent for a certain topic, for a certain context. I am a C1, I am an advanced student, almost a C2, I am studying for that. And I can't talk about certain topics in English. There are some certain topics that I am not able to communicate. And if I try to use some vocabulary and some expressions, I won't be able to communicate clearly because I have no idea about some vocabulary, about some structures, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that I am not fluent because you guys can see I am communicating in English, right? So Thiago said, fluency is kind of native speaker. However, it is used for people whose native language is a different one. I wouldn't say, Thiago, that fluency is related to being a native speaker. Okay, you can be fluent without being native. I am fluent in English. I am communicating in English right now, and I am not a native speaker. I am a Brazilian, okay? And that's all right. So to be fluent, guys, It is not related to how much of a language you know, but how well you can communicate on that language, how well others can understand you. Okay? So I ask you guys, based on that explanation, based on that idea of fluency, do you consider yourself fluent in English? Are you fluent? Are you able to communicate with other people and other people can understand what you are saying? Other people can understand what you are expressing? Yes, I totally agree with you guys, because if you are able to understand my presentation right now, and if you are able to understand my question, I can definitely say that you guys are fluent, maybe in different levels of fluency. Maybe some words and some expressions I use you are not able to understand yet, but that doesn't mean that you are not fluent, because for this context you are. And we, of course, we are all trying to get better, we are all trying to improve, and that's what is important at the moment, okay? Very good, guys. So I have a question for you. How do I know I am fluent in English? So I want to confirm my fluency. How do I know I am fluent, in your opinion, guys? What are some ways to confirm that I am fluent? Because if I say, oh, I'm fluent, how can I confirm that information? How other people can know that I am fluent in English? You are able to keep a conversation, challenge yourself, you can speak confidently, go for an English test. That's a great option too, to check your fluency. All right. The first thing, guys, I guess someone mentioned in the comments and on the chat about translating, when you are able to communicate without translating many words. And that's the first thing, the first question that you can ask yourself. How do I know I am fluent? Do I translate in my head continually? Do you guys have this habit, guys, like to translate things in your head continually so you can communicate? Or you are not in this situation anymore? You don't need to keep translating continually to be able to communicate in English. Okay. Thinking in English? No, not at all. Okay, that is great. So that's, in my opinion, this is one of the things that tells you that you are becoming fluent in English. If you are not translating in your head continually anymore, that means that you are already thinking, you are already understanding things in English. Some people even say that if you are able to dream in English, that's when you are on the right track. Okay, but it's important, right? Because if you keep yourself connected to English every day, if you keep in contact to English every day, the necessity to translate continually will end. It will not be necessary to translate in your head continually. Okay, very good. Okay, I prefer last word, but don't translate. Okay, it's not a problem. Okay, to translate things in English, guys. It's okay, totally okay to translate. In the beginning, when we want to feel comfortable about the language, it's totally fine to use your native language, your first language, to help you understand English. That's all right. But to keep it translating every time sometimes can make you have problems communicating with others, all right? So the next question I have for you guys, how do I know I am fluent? How quickly can I respond and understand others? Okay? How quickly can you respond and understand other people, guys? Is it fast? Like if I ask you a question, are you able to understand what I say and are you able to respond at the same time? Or you need to think for a while, you need to search, you need to think about words that you want to use. Okay, when I have more vocabulary, a second to a moment. Okay, That is perfect. All right. I'm not saying that every time, all the time, you will be able to respond and understand others quickly, but how quickly you can respond and understand others is also a sign of your fluency. Okay. Very good. You need some time to think. That's okay. No problem at all. If you want to think for a moment, and that's okay. That it is very good to receive feedback from other people because then you know exactly where you need to get better. Okay? Very good. Usually they can understand me, but not always. So try to get these moments, try to think about these moments where people don't understand you as a way for you to get better, to improve. So, what was the context of the conversation that people couldn't understand you? What were you guys talking about? Okay. And then, based on that, you can get better, you can study, you can search for more vocabulary related to that context. And this way, you will become even more fluent with time. Okay? Very good. My next question to you guys: how hard do I need to think about what I want to say? Okay. How hard do you need to think, guys? Do you need to think a lot, like for a long time, for many minutes about what you want to say? Like if I ask you a more complex question or a more simple question, how hard, how much do you need to think about what you want to say? You will need some time to think about it, or you will respond right away. It takes few seconds sometimes. Think sometimes for a moment. If it's more complex, 2 to 3 seconds. Yes, they can accept the break who don't want to make an effort. Okay. It depends on the context or situation. And that's okay, guys. That's what fluency is. There will be some topics and some context or some situations where you will be more comfortable to speak. And there will be some context and some situations where you will not be familiarized. Okay. Like Michael said, if the subject is not familiar to me, I really need to think more deeply. And if you think about it, guys, does that happen in your language too, right? This type of things, this type of situation also happens in your native language. Haven't you been in a situation where someone asked you something in your own language and you had to think about for a while because you didn't know exactly what to say? So, does that mean that I am not fluent in my own language? Of course not. I am fluent. I am Brazilian. But as I said, there are some topics that I am not able to talk about, like English. And that doesn't mean that you are not fluent, okay? There are different levels of fluency. Focus on grammar is a problem for me because I am afraid to respond wrongly. And that's okay. Think about a dream fighter. Think about that this time, what is more important, communicating or using grammar properly? Sometimes you won't be able to use the grammar correctly, but you will be able to communicate correctly. Think about kids. When you are a child, when you are a baby, a toddler, and you are in your first years of life and you want to communicate. Do they use the correct grammar all the time? Do kids use the correct grammar all the time? No, yes. And they are able to communicate, right, with other kids, with their teachers, with their family. Okay. So grammar is really important. But when it comes to communication, communication is more important sometimes. If you are traveling, if you want to communicate with others. So think about that. Okay. And the next question: how comfortable I am speaking English. Do you guys feel comfortable speaking English, or every time you need to speak English, you start sweating, you get nervous, you feel that you are the worst person in the world? How comfortable are you speaking English, guys? It's easy, like piece of cake. You are able to communicate just like you communicate in your own language. Almost there. It depends on whom I am talking to. Okay. That is great. When you need to communicate with other people here on Discord, for example, because you mentioned that in Discord we can get more confidence, increase our vocabulary. When you are talking to other people here to practice your English, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel confident? On interviews, not so much. Thanks to Elsa, I am more confident speaking English now. That's amazing. What a nice feedback. It depends when I am the one with an accent, I am kind of intimidated, and that's all right. Remember that your accent is your is part of who you are. Okay, don't try and don't be ashamed or because of your accent. Okay, or your accent is part of you, is part of your cultural identity. Yes, Tim, that's it. Don't change your accent because of other people. Remember that pronunciation is important and pronouncing words correctly is important, but your accent, you don't need to change because of other people. You should feel proud of it. Yes, Tim, you got it. You got the idea. Wise words. That's it. I definitely and I totally agree with you. Okay? So, guys, after we answered all those questions and after we understand how to know if you are fluent in English, then we can jump to fluency is different from proficiency. I asked you in the beginning what is fluency, and now I want you guys to tell me what is proficiency. When I say that I am proficient in English, what do I mean by that? Can you guys tell me what is the difference between fluency and proficiency? Oh, Carla asked the difference between accent and pronunciation. Pronunciation is standardized, okay? So you have the correct pronunciation of words. Accent is different because of the culture, because of the region you live, because of the people you communicate, okay? So accent can be different because of history, and pronunciation no, because we have a standard pronunciation. We have the American pronunciation, we have the British pronunciation, and that will be how you pronounce words correctly. But if, for example, I am Brazilian, you can definitely tell that I am not American, that I am not British, because my accent is different, and that's okay. But you can understand what I am saying because my pronunciation is most part of the time correct, okay? Being said, fluency refers to the flow and speed of language you use, and proficiency includes vocabulary range, grasp of grammar, pronunciation, comprehension, reading, and writing abilities. Can you guys see that fluency is related to the flow and speed of language, how well you can communicate? And proficiency is more connected to the grammar, the comprehension, the reading, and writing abilities. Do you guys know what is a proficiency test? Because we have many proficiency tests like IELTS, like TOEFL, like the Cambridge ones, right? Cambridge, CPE, C2 proficiency. Yes, that's a great example. So when you take those tests, you are testing your proficiency on the language. Like how much of the language you know, how much of the grammar, how much of the pronunciation, the comprehension, and writing abilities. But fluency is not connected to that. So I can be fluent in English and not be proficient. But to be proficient, I need to be fluent. Okay, do you guys understand that? The difference between fluency and proficiency? Yes. Okay. So don't misunderstand that, because some people get confused when it comes to fluency and proficiency. They want to become proficient instead of becoming fluent. Okay. Proficiency is when you reach a certain level of English, like a C2 proficiency, a C1 proficiency. So it means that you can understand all the things related to that level in English. So if I have a C1 proficiency, I understand all the grammar, all the vocabulary, all the skills and abilities related to that level. Okay? Yes, you gain proficiency with practice, just like fluency too, right? But in different ways. Okay? Great job, guys. Very good. So let's jump to the three secrets then. Are you excited to know what are the three secrets I have for you? Some of you tried to guess what are some of the secrets to fluency. You mentioned practice, you mentioned proficiency, and I really want to know that you guys are really good at guessing because the first secret that I have for you is consistency. Okay, so if you guessed it in the beginning, consistency, in my opinion, that's the first secret we have when it comes to fluency in English, when it comes to becoming fluent in the language. Okay, so consistency, guys, when we think about consistency, what do you guys understand by that? Okay, what is consistency in your opinion? Can you tell me? Because when we think about being consistent, it's about your speaking register. We should practice every day. Okay. Yes. Consistent learning. Okay. Practice every single day. Yes. Regularity, practice and learning, lifelong without intense practice. That's it, guys. As I said before, I've been learning English for around 14 years already. And I never stopped learning. I never stopped um, learning new things, okay? Because I study English every day. I am in contact with the language every single day. I don't pause, I don't have a break because English is part of my routine, okay? So understand, guys, that consistency is really important if you are on the road to fluency, if you want to become fluent. One class, if you have a teacher, okay, if you have a private teacher, one class a week, 1 hour a week is not enough if you want to become fluent. It will take too much time for you to become fluent if you only study for an hour. So it's like Sid said, it's like discipline. You need to be very consistent. Try every day to improve your skills. Never give up. 24/7 overwhelmed by the language. Not afraid to make mistakes. That's okay. I know that some people don't have the possibility. They are not able to study for a lot of time every day because they need to work. They have college stuff. They need to take care of their family. And that's okay. That's all right, but at least 5 minutes, guys. The amount of time that you will spend studying English is up to you. But understand that the amount of time you separate to study English will affect how long you will need to become fluent, okay? It is just like having a meal every day. Yes. Do you eat every day? If you are eating every day, you should be practicing English every day too, okay? Because it's really important to keep in contact with the language, all right? So, consistency would be the first secret that I have for you guys. What about the second secret? What do you guys think that will be the second secret that I have for you, in your opinion? Let me see what you guys are saying on the chat. Immersion. That's a good one. I'll apply what you are learning. Okay. I would say, guys, that for me, in my opinion, the second secret would be patience. Okay, patience. you need to be patient when you are studying English, when you want to become fluent in English, because you won't become fluent in one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, okay? It takes time, all right? It takes sometimes a lot of time to become fluent. You won't be fluent in 3 months. I know that, like here in Brazil, there are some people that say that it's possible to become fluent in 6 months. Oh, you can learn everything 6 months. Like 6 months is enough to become fluent in English. I, I, I think it's possible if you only study English all the time, if you don't eat, if you don't work, if you don't study other things. Okay, 6 months is great. But patience, guys, is really important, okay? How long we need to be patient to be fluent? It depends. How much time do you have? Okay, so some people have a lot of time. For example, I've been studying English for 14 years already, and I'm still learning. I know that it's a long road, but there are some people that need, like, they have a trip, a very important business trip in the end of the year, and they need to become fluent by the end of the year. But that doesn't mean that they will become fluent by the end of the year. They need to understand that it takes consistency, it takes patience to become fluent, okay? The power of consistency, perseverance, and patience can help you conquer even the most formidable peaks. Yes, that's it. Okay, so it's really important to be patient, okay, guys? Be patient because sometimes it will take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It depends on how much consistency you have, okay? One secret depends on the other here. And that's why that for each person, the process will be different. I took about 5 years to be able to communicate well in English. Probably you guys here took longer or took less time than I did. I don't know how much time you have been learning English for how long you have been learning English. Okay, so the time is different for each person because our routine is different. Okay, so don't compare yourself to others, don't compare your time and your process with the process of other people. Okay, that's okay. Good guidance is also very important. I totally agree, guys. Having a teacher, having a mentor, having someone to speak with to give you feedback about your English is really important. Okay, this is also part of the process. All right. And the third secret I have for you guys is, of course, practice. Okay, practice. And this is where I would put the mentor that you guys are commenting on the chat, because you can practice with a friend, you can practice with your teacher, you can practice with a mentor, you can practice on apps, on ELSA Speak app, right? That I know that some of you guys have been doing quite frequently. So practicing English every day, okay? So consistency, patience, and practice. I would say that for me, these are the three secrets to English fluency. And how you are going to practice, guys, it doesn't matter. Practice is different for each person, okay? Some people need someone to practice with, some people don't need. Some people prefer to practice alone. Some people prefer to practice with artificial intelligence. Some people prefer to practice with a mentor. Yes, Michael, practice. If you don't use it, you lose it. Okay? Yes. If you don't review, if you don't practice every day, you will forget about it. Okay? We forget if we don't practice. So if you are not practicing English every day and trying to use the things you are learning every day, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that, but you will forget the language. Okay, you will forget what you have already learned, just like a muscle. Yes, If you guys go to the gym, you know what we are talking about. Like when you go to the gym every day, your muscles, they get bigger. They understand that that's how they are supposed to be. But if you will stop going to the gym, they forget. Okay, your muscles will be smaller again. And if one day you decide to go back to the gym, guess what? You will need to go down that road again from the beginning. Okay, this is really important, guys. Environment is really important for practicing. Yes, so it is important to have an environment to learn and practice English, okay? And this is really important, all right? So just to summarize, guys, consistency is how much time you can study. So how much time do you have to study English? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours? It doesn't matter, but make it consistent. Do it every day. If it's only for 5 minutes, then do it for 5 minutes every day, okay? Don't pause, don't have a break, because practicing English consistently is really important to reach fluency, okay? That's okay. Yes, if you don't have a good environment now, try to find what is better for you, okay? Maybe it's a quiet environment. I don't know if you have the possibility of going to the park or going to a quiet space to learn English or to study English, okay? That is great. Patience, guys. It is for how long you need to study. So you need to be patient for that amount of time. But being patient for a certain amount of time is different for each person. Okay. So I will need to be patient for 2 years, maybe, because then in 2 years I will be able to reach fluency. But maybe this time is different to you. Okay. So for how long you need to study. All right. And practice how much you actually study. So, how much are you actually studying? How much are you like going for different places and learning? Like, how much are you using the ELSA app to practice your English? How much are you using the ELSA community here on Discord to practice your English? How much are you helping your friends to communicate in English? So there are many ways you can practice. So how much you actually study is really important. All right, guys? So these are the 3 secrets I have for you: consistency, patience, and practice. Okay? And of course, that I am not gonna give you the 3 secrets and not show you how you can use them. Okay, like, oh, here are the 3 secrets, but that's it. Bye bye. Of course not. So I'm gonna show you how you can put this into practice. Okay. So how can you be consistent, patient, and practice your English in one place? Okay. So let's go to my favorite part of this presentation, okay? So let's put this all together with ELSA. We are all here because we all love ELSA community. We all enjoy using the app. So I would like to show you guys how you can be consistent, how you can have patience, and how you can practice your English with ELSA, okay? Do you guys use the ELSA Speak app every day? Like, are you guys using the community here every day and practicing your English here every day? Let me know, guys. Yes, that's great. Of course we are. ELSA for me, guys, is one of the best ways to practice your English nowadays, okay? Because it has everything that you need to become fluent, okay? Because we have this wonderful community full of wonderful people trying to help each other. You have the app where you can practice by yourself. We have the Instagram with all the teachers and all the people, the mentors trying to help you. So we have many, many, many possibilities here, right? Yes, it's a family. I totally agree with you. So I would say, guys, that the first thing you need to do here to reach the consistency with ELSA would be study at least 10 minutes a day on the app every day, okay? Because on the app, you can set up a timer for you to practice every day, and you even receive notifications so you can remember to practice on the app. So study at least 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know how much time you have. So you can set up, put there like how much time you have a day and practice on the app every day. Okay. The second thing, patience. Go through each exercise carefully. Don't rush yourself. So if you are using your time to practice your English on the app or here on the ELSA community on Discord, go through each activity, each practice carefully, okay? Don't rush yourself. Take your time, take notes, ask questions, help each other, okay? 1 hour on ELSA app, 2 hours with ELSA Speech Analyzer. That's awesome, okay? You spend 30 minutes a day. That's amazing, all right? That is a really, really good amount of time, okay? And the last part, practice. Practice until you master it, and when you master it, repeat the process. So if you are practicing your English with the ELSA Speak app or with the Speech Analyzer or here on the ELSA community on Discord, practice until you master that topic, until you master that structure, until you master that pronunciation, okay? And when you master it, when you feel that, okay, now I can understand, repeat the process, help other people who also struggle with the same things that you used to struggle, okay? Yeah. Do you guys think you can put this into practice from today on? Are you able to put this into practice after our conversation here? Yes, enjoy the process. Yes. I would love to receive some feedback from you, and later you can tell me how everything that I told you today, how you guys are putting it into practice, okay? Yes, let's make a commitment. Exactly. Let's make it as a commitment. Let's help each other, okay? Very good, guys. So, just to summarize, remember consistency, patience, and practice, okay? To use the ELSA Speak app, as one of you guys asked me, I have here something that you can do. If you want to put this all into practice and you don't have access to the app yet, I would love that you guys use this link here because I have a huge gift for you guys. So if you enter on this link, you will get a very, very nice gift and a very, very nice surprise to you, okay? So click on the link that Marta and the ELSA community sent on the chat, and you will get a very nice gift from me and from the ELSA community to you. So you guys can put this all into practice from now on and be able to become fluent from now on and put everything into practice. All right? Yes? Let me know if the link is working to you, if you guys have any questions. Yeah, that's okay. Very good, guys. Oh my God, I'm really happy to be able to bring to you all these knowledge and all these information. And I would like to finish our presentation and our conversation today asking if you guys have any questions. Do you guys have any questions about our conversation today? About how to put your English into practice, how to become fluent? This is the time for you guys to speak. You can ask any questions you may have related to this topic, okay? Please let me know on the chat. Yes, Q&A. Questions and answers, guys. It's your time to shine now. So let me know what are your questions. I completed my 7 days in ELSA. Okay, that's wonderful. Very good. Do you guys have any questions? Let me know. I'll be waiting for you so I can help you out a little bit more. But I think, guys, that if you put all of these into practice, you will be helping yourself very much when it comes to becoming fluent in English, okay? It's a long road, as many of you said today, but it's a road that if you enjoy the process, you will have such a good time, okay? Um, Okay. Oh, that's nice. Like, we need masters like you to get live feedback on our speaking level. That would be great. That's a nice tip, a nice suggestion. Very good. I'm waiting for your questions, guys. If you have any, please let me know on the chat. Do you have tips on how to be not be nervous when talking to someone? Yes, I do. I would say that what's really important, guys, so you don't get nervous, is first listen the other. Okay, when you listen to the other first, don't focus too much on your answer, but focus first on listening. All right, so you need to listen to other people first and then communicate. Okay, that's how you will not get nervous, because sometimes we get so excited and so nervous on how to answer the other person that we forget to listen. So listening is really important at this moment, okay? So first listen and then you focus on answering. And of course, this is all about confidence too. So if you practice with other people frequently, if you practice on the ELSA Speak app, if you have a Paul or a friend to practice your English with, nervousness will be smaller. You will be less nervous with time. Okay. Thank you so much for this great presentation. Thank you guys for your time and being here with me. It's actually an arduous journey to the mystery of fluency, but your dedication and hard work will pay off down the road. Do you have any suggestions about learning new vocabulary? Yes, I do, Tiago. And I would highly recommend that you download the ELSA Speak app, because there you will not only learn a new vocabulary, but also learn how to pronounce the new words that you are learning, okay? Because they have sections on the app, like travel sections, business sections, everyday English section. So you can choose, you can select what type of vocabulary you want to learn, okay? I'm trying to practice English on ELSA every day, but my points haven't been up for the last 2 weeks. Let's improve that. Let's practice more. If you have some more time, try to practice a little bit more. About confidence, I noticed that when I am at home and I speak with myself, I speak much better rather than when I am with someone. Okay, so keep practicing this way. And once you get comfortable, you can try and speak with other people. You can practice with other people. But practicing with other people is really important, okay, guys? That's why the community here on Discord is so good, because you can practice in the practice rooms with other people too, okay? Very good. Yes, please don't forget the discount, okay, guys? It's a huge gift for you. It's crucial to ensure your pronunciation, fluency, and intonation scores are above your current level. Otherwise, your levels will drop and remain a plateau. Yes, don't be afraid to speak up. It's not your mother tongue. You are a learner. Don't put too much weight on your shoulders. You are prone to making mistakes. Embrace it. Oh my God, that's the best quote ever, Michael. I loved it. You're welcome. Muito obrigada a vocês, guys. Thank you. Every day practicing so important. How to go through hesitation. How to maintain my patience level to be fluent in English. Oh, guys, you need to this this is up to you actually, okay? Uh, being patient is related to you and yourself only, all right? So you guys need to check how much time you have and how long you can study English for, okay? But practicing every day and being part of a community where other people are also on the same road is really important because we give support to each other. We help each other. So don't try to do this alone, okay? As it is a long road, doing it alone can be hard sometimes. But when you have other people that are on the same boat, it's amazing because you know that you are not alone, okay? So try to be with other people who are also learning English. And I guess that's the ELSA community is the best place for you to do that because we are all on the same boat. We are all trying to learn the same language and trying to get better. So this is really, really important. Okay. Very good. Okay, there is someone asking if the material will be available later. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know if it's gonna be available later. As you progress further to higher levels of proficiency, you should learn to make fewer mistakes, but it's not worth it if that we are all human and humans are not. Yes, I totally agree. Is there any tips I missed? Can you share it right now so I can read it? Yeah. So just to recap for the ones who arrived now, my three secrets are, can you guys tell me what are the three secrets so the people who arrived now can know also? What is the secret number one, guys, to reach fluency in English? Recap time. Yes, like a quiz time for you guys. You help me out. What is the first secret to fluency? Yeah, so consistency, patience, and practice. Okay, these are the three secrets to fluency, in my opinion. Okay, why God created so many languages? So it can be polyglot, so we can learn all these languages and become smarter and become more intelligent. Okay, that's wonderful, guys. Do you guys have any other questions? If you guys don't have any other questions, guys, I will be leaving you out right now because it's lunchtime here in Brazil and I'm about to have lunch with my family. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your presence here. I really enjoyed being with you guys. Yes, I hope you enjoyed our conversation today. And thank you so much for your insights too, guys. You were really helpful today. Keep doing that, okay? Keep helping each other. Keep like being consistent and patient and practicing. Okay, I really wish to see you again too, guys. Looking forward to the next lesson as well. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye to you. And if you have any other questions, please contact me. Please contact the ELSA moderators here on the ELSA community so we can help you guys. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the best. All right. Yes, thank you. Have a wonderful day, a good night for the ones who are already going to sleep. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day, okay? Bye bye.